the differences between the California fitness scene and the Texas fitness scene.
So your mind tends to do that to yourself because that's what it naturally wants to revert back to, safety.
Something about that accountability, right?
Man, accountability.
Because you know your limits.
Their diet, but most people want to eat what they want. In order to do that, you have to like.
Welcome back to Master Your Health. I'm your host, Dr. J. Today we have an exciting episode for you today, and we solicit the help of Will Adams, fitness guru, celebrity personal trainer, and actor. We sit down with Erron Vonner, star influencer who has amassed over 115,000 followers on social media and the owner of Anime Kills clothing line. We discuss fitness scene difference between California and Texas, what are the best strategies for maintaining motivation, and what are their personal selections for the most underrated exercise? Join us as we dive in.
What is going on? I'm your host today with FinFit. My name is Will Adams. I have Mr. Erron Vonner here today. He is a certified personal trainer, former Division I athlete, and bodybuilder, you name it. What led you into fitness training and influencing?
Yeah, it all started with football, man. Like college was a cool experience. It is tough because I was it's not like it is now with the deals, you know what I'm saying? You could just transfer schools and stuff like that. So there was a lot more constriction and like, politics behind it. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't as like fluid as it is now. But it still was something that at the time, you know what I'm saying, it was all I knew. I wasn't really going to school to go to school. I wasn't like, I would say like a philosopher by any means, you know what I'm saying? So for me, like school was just a means for football at the time. And it was really just because like I enjoyed being around my friends, my family, my people. So it was just another way for me to do that because during the summers I wasn't, as a kid, I wasn't able to hang out with my friends because they was all at practice and stuff. So I told my dad, like, bro, you gotta give me the football. These summers is kind of lonely.
Man. Right, man. I need to get out there on the field, man, with my boys.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of just built up, my social act life side, being around that environment, that energy. It's nothing like it, you know what I'm saying? And then just, you might not even know the cast that's around you. You just get like, through osmosis, some sense of authority over your life, control over your life, because you're able to determine how you want to appear, you know what I'm saying, how you want to look. You have full control over those actions. So that kind of, led me to actually get more passionate about it and feel more that I could influence others outside of people just always asking me questions about it because I was in shape. I just pride myself on like being in shape year round. Because one of the hardest things that I remember going through when it came to like football and just athleticism in the gym was that those periods where you would, chill and just have fun and just not work out, getting back started was like the toughest time. So I would never want to be in those situations. So it just did my drive and my passion behind it more.
I love it, man. I love it. So you used to live in California, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So tell me, what are the differences between the California fitness scene and the Texas fitness scene?
When I moved out here, it was like, that shit just it never happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? I stepped into like the same year, everything shut down, 2020. I stepped out here, it was like, everything's still wide open. You know what I'm saying? We can go to the gym immediately, you know what I mean? That it was not the case in Cali. So it was really just kind of a lone wolf vibe at the time. It was tough because you had to be very self-motivated.
Right.
Some of the hardest thing doing I would say in fitness is going to, build on yourself by yourself. Some people find therapy in that. Some people enjoy it more than others. But I noticed that because I've done both, right, in different environments, I noticed there's that X factor, you know what I'm saying, about the environment when you're doing with other people that push that envelope for yourself. And so when I came out here, I thought that was going to be the case. Not necessarily because I was new. I don't know anybody. But what I did notice is, there's a lot of people doing stuff, both back in Cali and here. The only thing is, I don't see them working together as much out here as I did there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little slower pace here. But that's awesome because I don't see as many people doing it out here. Like, I only know a couple people that are in the fitness game, like out here, like maybe in a handful, you know what I'm saying? And personally, right, that I've met. And that could be due to like one of the main issues I seen when I moved out here is not a lot of people are trying to get together, do things together, and build each other up because of, I think, what happened with COVID. And what I noticed in Cali, though, that a lot of people are taking the reins to like, just like a fitness networking event, for example, right? So one dude does this networking lift at I think it's not Myrtle Beach, Newport Beach. One of the beaches, I forgot which one it was, like where Iron Paradise is at. And that's just, you know what I'm saying, people coming together, all the same color, you feel me? And just working out, communicating, networking. And I kind of want to build some type of culture like that out here that I haven't seen, you know what I'm saying, even just outside of fitness. But I think it's more like collaborative there. And I think out here, you know, people are heads down, focused, you know what I'm saying, getting to what they have to.
Kind of gives you like an opportunity to kind of step into that leadership role, like really go out of the way to meet people, network with people, and kind of like get that group, you know, get a group like that really going and started, you know. And
I see people have their own individual cliques and stuff like that. I try to like, you know, insert myself where I can, because again, I don't know everybody the same, but it's something that's in me that wants to do that type of stuff. That's not for everybody though. You know what I mean? So me, I'm gonna be more social.
Absolutely.
If you have somebody to collaborate with or work out with and live with, and that's how I had some boys that I was able to do that when COVID happened. And it made it way more enjoyable.
Something about that accountability, right?
Man,
and because you know your limits, right? You know,
and they know your limits, and they know you playing.
That's what it is. They know your limits. Like you could do more than that.
My boy Rick, I was working out with him a couple of times. He called me out on it, and he don't like working out lazy with me because I'm gonna call him out on it. You know what I'm saying? It's that accountability factor that makes you not be able to like play yourself. You know what I mean? Because you will. Your mind tends to do that to yourself because that's what it naturally wants to revert back to safety. You know what I mean? So
what does your dietary lifestyle look like? And what do you like recommend? If you could just, you know, get something quick, you know, like
I'll get something quick because to people like to overcomplicate it. You feel me? So it's very, very simple. When you want to, because most people want to be able to eat what they want.
Yes,
that's just pure simple, right?
Yes.
A lot of this is what people can structure their diet, but most people want to eat what they want. In order to do that, you have to like structure the other 80 to 90% of your diet to be strict.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not eating out, you know, meal prep, things like that. And it's really just really around the structure. It's not necessarily, people get it confused that it's about the food. It's not about the food as much as it's about the structure on how you pursue that, because you can still eat healthy foods and still not gain or lose weight. You know what I'm saying? People always kind of like convolute that. But when it comes down to it, if you have the right structure in place, like if you want to be able to enjoy pizza, hamburgers, because I do, you know what I'm saying? I might do it too much though.
Yeah.
I blame that on my wife, but at the same time,
no, I don't blame it on your wife.
I gotta put it on my wife, but at the same time,
no,
when it comes down to it, you just gotta make sure that you're strict the rest of the week. You know what I mean? You can have a couple of days, but if you're starting up, just lock it down for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because then when you get to the point where it's like, it's automatically rolling, then, you know what I'm saying, you can add some ice cream here or there, you can add it. It's not going to drastically tear you up. It's not going to take you one way or the other. It's going to keep you focused and just kind of incentivize you, because I don't think like having just a pure strict like vegan or any of those like type of diets and you don't really solve anybody's problems. I think it's the structure, like that's going to solve their problems, like the discipline behind it. You know what I mean? One thing that anybody can pick up that could drastically increase their ability to diet properly is just meal prep. Yeah. I'm the type of person, I don't like wasting money, right? So I'm very frugal. So if it comes out of me having food already prepped up, I'm not about to go out and eat. Like, because then I know it's going to sit and it's going to go bad and I just wasted my money. So for me, it holds you to like a standard of accountability. And and it's not shopping hungry.
And time too, right? It saves you so much
amount of time. Because meal prepping every day is like, or prepping meals, I'm not a chef, bro. I'm not trying to do that. That's not my passion. But once you get that structure behind you, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a breeze for the most part.
Someone's watching right now, look for inspiration.
Yeah.
Give me 3 pieces of advice you would give someone to let's look into advance their fitness goals.
3 pieces of advice. The first one is really meditate, really think about and get introspective on how bad you were. The benefits, the goals, everybody want to look at the good stuff, but they don't want to look at like the you know what I'm saying, the more they got to go through, right? So how bad do you want it? Because most people do stuff either out of pain or out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't want to get to a place where you're just doing it like, hey, my life is terrible, it's falling apart. You don't want to have to do it out of necessity or pain. You want to do it out of like, you know, choice. In order to do that, like really meditate on like what the good and the bad it's going to cost you, what it's going to give you out of it, and everything like that. Because I know for me personally, I like to look good, feel good, and fitness is something that enables me to build up my confidence. You know what I'm saying? When I was maybe younger, I didn't have as strong confidence, but it's a game changer, because if I could step into other areas of my life confident, I'm a killer, bro. I'm about to do whatever I can to get to whatever I can. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, it's just being more introspective, meditate on it, really just feel like what you want to do, where you want to set your, you know what I'm saying, your path out, right? A cardio path to fitness. And then a second thing is really looking at your environment. You know what I mean? Because your environment's going to drastically impact that.
That's good, yeah.
Food, lounge time, you know what I'm saying? What's accessible to you? Who's accessible to you? Like where your time is spent. Look at your environment. Like, so it's all really about positioning yourself internally and externally. If external is going to be your environment, so check out your environment. Put things in place that allow you to succeed. You know what I mean? And that comes from evaluating that environment. You don't want to put yourself in at a losing position, because you know you're a Rice Krispie cat, and you around people that do it too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in a position yet that where you can just like, I'm just gonna look at it and just go about my life. You know what I mean? So don't put yourself in that position, unless you feel you can like get through it. You know what I mean? Because some people have that mental strength and capacity to make it happen. And then the third thing is not overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, get you somebody that can get you a structured plan.
Absolutely.
To achieve your goal. Or get you somebody that at least can hold you accountable to achieve your goal. Because there's going to be cases where you might not be able to do certain workouts or do certain things a certain way. But if you got somebody telling you still need to go, that's something. You know what I'm saying? That's an actionable, that's an actionable opportunity for you to push the needle forward. And so I would say those three things can change a person's entire life.
Yes. I like that what you said, like don't overcomplicate it.
Don't overcomplicate it.
So much, there's so much out there, right? There's so much that we can see. It's just like
so much access.
Yeah, and it could be a little over, buried. So it's just like, how can I simplify? How can we simplify it and get to you and get to what you need, If you had to choose, if there was one exercise that you feel is underrated that you would recommend to just anybody, like what is one exercise that you could
that's underrated?
It's kind of underrated that you like. And maybe if it's not that, maybe it's just something that you just an exercise that you really
that's a good question, because that makes me think, because a lot of workouts might be considered underrated because a lot of people don't want to do them, or they might be underrated because a lot of people don't think about them. But I feel like probably the most underrated exercise for me personally is, I'll say leg extensions. Leg extensions, most underrated. Because the reason I say this is because, like, I feel like leg extensions changed the game for my quad. You know what I'm saying? Like, more than what I anticipated. And so much so, like, I can't go a leg workout without doing them.
Okay.
Because I seen, like, the transition from doing them, like, you just throwing them in the mix. You know what I'm saying? For two times a week. And in my leg days, boy, my legs be looking mapped out, man. It's crazy, because I feel like that's an underrated one, because it's like people just go through the motion with it. They don't think it's doing much, but I feel like that does the most to sculpt my quads, honestly.
That's a good one, man. I was thinking like one for me would be like just walking up hill on a treadmill. I think people forget how underrated it is. Just to get on a treadmill. You don't have to jog. You don't have to be just walk uphill on a treadmill, man. You don't even know, like, you could be anybody and do that. And how much of a difference it can make.
The reason I don't know if I would agree with that being the most underrated, this is my perspective, because, bro, every gym has like 40 treadmills. It'd be annoying shit on me. They got like 40 treadmills. Lined up. But what I will tell you is, it could be underrated is, though, like, most of them ain't doing it right. Like, they'll be walking up or put the incline on, but they'll be bracing themselves, you know what I'm saying, in a manner that's like defeats the purpose of the incline. Like, they're not actually, because I tell them most underrated is letting go of the motherfucking bars.
Sometimes
and then actually pumping on.
I'll be like, get your hands down. Get your hands down.
They let go of that, and then I say, then they'll realize how underrated it is. They probably think like, treadmill, I don't know about that. But let go of them up, the little handles.
Yes,
to see if it's a beast. I think if people did that, it might be more of a underrated. They might see a little bit different.
That's good, man. That's good. I got time for a few more questions. So I have to ask, man, what's on your gym playlist right now?
Playlist. You know what? This ain't gonna be the conventional, right? So what's on my playlist, and I encourage everybody, I look into this camera, I encourage you to do this because they do have studies where they say this helps, right? So podcasts. I'm a podcast. So me, I'm like this, and I'm not gonna lie, there'll be times where I podcasted it out, where I don't have any more podcasts to listen to. I might throw on some tools, but some shows like it's really podcasts for me. So like I listen to like real estate podcasts, financial literacy, wealth podcasts, like anything that I feel like going nurturing, because I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. So if I'm working out and I got time to listen to something that's gonna edify my mental, I'm gonna do that because it's I think they had some study where like while you're working out, causing your it causes your like I forgot some tropic, I forgot the term they use. It causes your brain to produce this, which gives you your cognitive ability a little. It's almost like muscle. It's almost like testosterone for the brain. Like it helps your brain activity get stronger, and you know what I'm saying, build stronger fibers and stuff like that. And so I listen to podcasts for most of my workouts.
Hey man, thanks for giving us the time to learn about you, man.
I appreciate it.
What you do, and so let people know, like, how can they find you? Where can they connect? How do they connect with you?
Man,
find you?
So again, my name is Erron Vonner. Y'all can find me on, I think all platforms is the same, Erron Vonner. I keep it simple. Everybody be having the craziest names, but mine is just ERRON VONNER. I'm sure y'all probably dropped the at, but y'all can find me on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram. I was on YouTube.